Hi guys, my name is Philip and I want to teach you Ikebana. So what is Ikebana? It's flower arrangement. Nothing else, nothing less, nothing more. The Japanese way how to arrange flowers. Of course, Ikebana has a long history. Centuries ago, the samurai did the Ikebana for decorating between the tea ceremony and the place. But this is a long time ago. We're going to the history another time. This time, I want to introduce me a little bit more to you. I'm Philip. I live in Okinawa, Japan now for 5 years. The first 2 years, I had nothing to do. And a really good friend of mine, which I met before in Austria, she said, Philip, you seem bored, so come over to my house, I will teach you Ikebana. So, you can imagine the first 2 years it was really tough because I didn't speak Japanese at all and she speak a little bit words of English, a little bit broken, but during the way of Ikebana, I think we've really found a connection to each other and it's starting to be a love between us both. Never mind, she's much older than me and there is no romantic love, but there's a really deep respect between each other. So, let's jump right into it. Ikebana is not only the decorations, comes up out of emotion. It's kind of, I don't want to say it, but it's kind of artful. So I choose 2 flowers for this time. Let's say my flower at my Ikebana, there are many kinds of Ikebana, and my school name is KOZANRYU. It's a very simple way of doing my flower decoration. So we have 2 basic flowers. One is more the basement, it's the MATSU, the Japanese pine. And also I choose the nelike because this one is very beautiful spring flower and it's a symbol for love and for never-ending love. So I have the nelike and I have the MATSU, which also is a symbol for God and everlasting love and beautifulness. It's kind of a really religious Japanese thing. And don't forget, I have my flower base. So this can be hilarious expensive in Japan. Flower bases can be from 100 euros up to thousands of euros for one base. There are artists making that, but you don't need to go overboard. You can find very cheap one also in the secondary market. And I have my pair of scissors. This is made in Kyoto, but you don't need to do but a simple pair of household scissors is quite enough for you. So, let's jump into it. Oh, never forget the green tea. Soda first, we have our flower base. We put it on a table how we want to approach our decoration, which way we want to see the flowers first. So it shouldn't be straight like this, it should be a little bit from the side, because those are our faces, you look at now in the front, but a little bit like 45 degrees to the side, the proportion of the face is much more beautiful. And that's the same like this fancy formed flower base, a little bit from the side, the proportion comes different. So now I decided the way I want to look at the flower. I began with the basement. The flowers comes later. First we need a good foundation and a good base. So let me have a look at this both beautiful MATSU. How they will look when I put it inside. They have like this beautiful curve to it. But this type is a little bit hard to put in the kensan. First I didn't explain you what the kensan is. This is the most important thing in Ikebana. It's like a bed of needles. It's very stinky and there we can put really heavy stuff inside and will hold everything in place. And this is just simple, the water bowl. So I add it into the flower base. So I already cut it off. So what is our main? In this one, you can see the curve up here is very, very beautiful. I like it a lot. This could be our main. This one is also very nice, but it has two coming up, so this could be our supporter. And now I have this one. Can you see? I'm sorry for the lighting today. Tomorrow I will fix it, or next time I will have much better lighting for you. This one is very nice, but I think this is more for the inner layers. So I decided who is our main character in the role, and this is really gorgeous and really beautiful when you look at it. So this will be our first one, what we put into our flower base. So first, let me show you. Here you have the ending, and here this volume is very small, but I want them to suck a lot of water that I can enjoy the Ikebana much more longer time. So I will cut it in an angle of 45 degrees. Now I have a huge volume here, it can suck out water. So let me put this by side to show you more. So can you see? I will put the skin away. I don't know how to say it in English, I'm sorry. I'm German speaking. I put this little bit of the how do you say, skin? And now the volume to suck the water is much bigger, if you can see. And now let's cut. Yes. 2 times we're cutting the cross section, and now you might can see it's a beautiful cross right here. I can't, I'm sorry for the lighting. I will fix that. So we have this. We cut it in a cross. And now let's distinguish the way. We look at the base from this direction. I want to have the decoration a little bit. Oh, this is very beautiful. So look at the way how you want to see, how you're gonna be engaging the whole thing. And this will be nice. This will be very, very nice. So I will need to give a little bit bend. And it's broken. See, that is what can happen. We never bend. There will be always some mistakes when doing your flowers. But this is no time for being upset. When something going wrong, you can always fix it. And you put a lot of energy in it because we want to make it beautiful. There's many spaces going wrong. So let me do it inside. So, but now I see this one looks very sad because it's like a little bit crushed inside. So I will cut it off and use it the next time. Put it in the middle. Be careful that you don't hurt yourself. Now let's see. Is it the way I want it's supposed to be? But now they look a little bit down, but I want them to stand up, to look upwards. So let's replace them. Yeah, I want them like this. Doing Ikebana is always back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. First straight into it, and then bend it down. It's always back and forth, moving the parts, moving the puzzle pieces. It won't stand like I want to do, so I need a little bit supporter. First the little wood what we clipped, I will go back inside. Push it in, push it down, and support them. I'm lucky I can split it, and here we go. It's beautiful standing upwards. A little bit too much upwards. So it's beautiful here. Yes, now we are there where we want to be. Everything goes to the side, a little bit updrift, that's beautiful. So we have 1, 2, 3, that's a beautiful number, but let's see how it looks when we put in a little bit more. Now this one we'll use for much later. This is our main, it's the biggest one. So I want to have a little bit more smaller supporters. So first let me take this little guy So we need to put the skin, it doesn't need to put the skin here off because it's small enough. So let me see how it looks. Flowers are a three-dimensional thing. It's never one dimension. So always think about it in a three-way. Look for it from a different angle. I must say I like it. I like it how it looks. Let's bring it like this. Oh, this is very beautiful. This is the way we want to approach. Let's bring the light closer and you can have a look. Sorry, I will rearrange the light for you and back in a minute I want you to see everything very beautifully. So let's turn on. Ah, that's better. That's much better. Now you can see everything. So very well. So here you can see it's come to me in a very beautiful angle. I'm sorry for the light before, but now we have found our solution. We can go on from here. Now we need to do a little bit longer things inside. This one is here broken, so I will peel this off. Sometimes we even don't need to use. I want to have an opposite part, so one coming here, the main part, but I want to have a second part going down like this to give it a little bit V-shape. A little bit of V-shape. When it doesn't care, it doesn't mind if it like breaks a little bit in the middle, because it will support your form and shape. And you can see, Ikebana, we need a lot of patience when we do this, because it never will turn out like we want it to. It's a communication, it's a way of talking and appreciating our flowers, because they have their own life. They want to do what they want to do. They don't often listen to us. And like me now, I realized, okay, I did wrong. This was the wrong part to introduce, because the ending. You can always go back and forth how you like to. Rearrange it until you're satisfied. So I have now I do one. Yeah, that's much better. I always snap back where I had to nip it, but I can give something in between that it won't snap back so fast. So a little more smaller. Maybe just putting the half of it inside. It's too small. Let's go on with that. Okay, that's beautiful. And another one. Can you see what I mean? It needs to your patience. It's nothing what is gonna be done in a few minutes and you're satisfied. It's a piece of art, and you always need to handle it like a piece of art. So come back later. Come back to that later. You also have a beautiful thing. Here we are. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I will show you next. So let's go. Next step. I arranged my base, and now it's time to introduce the flowers. Here we are. Beautiful net, will you show? I choose two different colors. One is a little bit more like the white and a little bit pinkish. I will see which color works in which dimension, because they never, flowers in Ikebana, they never should be at the same height. This is very European way to do the flowers. We want always to have it in three-dimensional things, something like arranged like this from the side. One is the main, supporters. So I will say I want to have different very beautiful. And now but the lens is so too short because of break. So it's rather this guy or this guy to be main. But I really want to have this guy to be the main. So and stand out. So let me see where I need to pull it to be very beautiful. I want it to be the main, so it should stand out the most. Or looks it like better to be a little bit more back. Here it looks good. Here it looks good. Between here it looks good. A little bit like here looks good. So bring it up here. Here it's the best. So we have the height. Now clip up a little bit on the bottom. And let's see how it works. This is way too long. This would work. This is too long. So I take a little bit more. Now, the first I was very afraid for cutting the flowers because you can't go back. Once you're there cutted, you can't go back. But there is no wrong in doing cuttings because it's your emotion. Now cut too close to this guy here. Now cut too close to him, give a little bit space for sucking up the water. Oh, I like this one. Oh, I like this, I like this, I like this a lot. So, let's go back. Dig this guy in to our Kensan. Okay, now it's him. I get him supported with this guy. And this guy supports this guy. Oh, very nice, beautiful, I like it. So when this one looks at me, I want this guy looking like this way. Let's decide the height. It might be a little bit too long, so I cut a little bit off for a 45-degree angle. Decided where it needs to go. So it also should support this guy. So I want to put it right here, around here. This is still too long. So I'm sorry, I need to cut here. You see? There is the mark. I will cut it right behind there. I'm sorry when I don't use the right English term. First, straight into it, and then bend it like you like it. Oh, this is nice. Oh, beautiful. I love it. I really love it. And then we have our fruit. This one looks very sad here. I want to have it a little bit more over here. From the front. Then you see that it's a very nice flow. Two words here. It's greets here. But this is a little bit too far away, so it doesn't communicate with the rest of the part. So I need to bring this part over here, but it overlays with our flower. So I will do like this. But now it doesn't bend so much nice than before. This is the tragedy in Ikebana, because we never can have it like we want it to, because it's nature. But yeah, now I think it looks much better. So let it turn it in my way. But still a little bit sad, because you see, in Japan we believe the negative space. So it's very important to have a part in your arrangement. There is nothing. The nothingness is so important in this culture. So we're always thinking about the negative space. We have negative space here. We're thinking about a hole, and here we have negative space, and here too. So which negative space we're going to fill? This one looks beautiful in this direction, but there is nothing. It looks a little bit sad. But to put it right here is also, this is actually beautiful. It's here. It's more beautiful here. So what we're going to do? I think we put it right here. So we decided our third time. We fill up the negative space here. Shorten it. We find the right place in your Kensan. Bring it in. Oh, nice. I will show it in the next. I I will keep the negative space here, but I want to fill up here. So there, before I drop the fuse, here this one comes in part. Which guy fits in right here? And I really like this one. I like this one too. But this one, you see, it looks so fresh on the top. It screams life. This one is a little bit older and it screams like, oh, I'm old, I want to sleep. Now our arrangement is very fresh, but we also need to have the balance. So I don't want to have it just fresh. I want to introduce a little bit of the old one inside. It doesn't look so good like the other one, but this one has richness, love. Here, this one is a little bit like not straight, and maybe first you will look at that and you think, oh, this one is not like that beautiful, this part, because it's not like straight, it's a little bit bandy, a little bit weird, but often the weirdest, the nicer. I can speak from experience. So here we are. Very, very nice, but a little bit too long, and there's a little bit too much going on here. So this goes, and now you see, you have two main characters here. They can stay. Still too long, but very nice. So let me bend it up here. The MATSU is it's not really flexible. So I see this one and this one don't communicate. This is too much, so do it away. Everything that's too much, bring it away. Put it in, straight in, go straight in, lose a little bit force. Yes, we are in. Not spending too much to this side. It's nice, but it doesn't fill into the negative space I want it to. So what can we do? Bring these two fellows back in. Introduce them back. See, Ikebana is always going back and forth. So this fellow comes away. This fellow comes in, goes in. Now we manipulate this guy too much and he's getting sick and old. So bring a little bit of support to this fellow. See? Now it's standing up. We need other supporters in our life to help us to stand through. It's not that meaty. So look at them. Look at them, guys. He looks sad. This one looks happy. They are going up and in. Don't let them go up and in if you like to. We can force our pawns, but we never can force them what they don't want to do. Oh, we have a beautiful direction going on here. Beautiful, beautiful. But I want to lay down a little bit more and relax. For today, I choose my basement. Ooh, this is good. My basement is very banded, and so I can't put it like in like I wanted to. But I think, after all, I'm finished. I'm finished. I will show that to you closer in a few, but there we are going. We are finished. We put the water inside like we want it to be. Oh. See, my little bear, darling, you're falling down. This is not how you're supposed to be. You should stand up. Up like that. You should get down, my little friend. So, first I told you about the supporter that I picked in, that the flower will stand up. But this one, I will cut. This is supporting down, this comes up. I will cut in the middle. Really cut, so I'll take another one part. This will be our supporter. I will cut this guy in the middle. Now it can support my flower, hopefully the way I want them to do. Never use force, use your brain. And it's not supporting the way I want to. So I'm going back to this. See, Ikebana is always going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Try out to go back and forth, back and forth. Why you don't like me? Why? Yes, that's it. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Doesn't do what I want to do? What's the solution? Bring this over. Oh, see? Now it breaks. This also can happen. This is Ikebana. It's always a back and forth like I told you. Now let's see where this needs to be. This is what I wanted to tell you before. The outcome, what you want them to do, they won't do what you want them to do. This is a communication. They break, they fall. It doesn't stand up what you want them to do. It doesn't go in place where you want them to be. So, talk to them. Look at them. Ask yourself how it looks like. What is the best? It's a communication between you and them. Talk with them. Now, it sounds crazy, like an old lady who's talking to the flowers. But yeah, I am, in a way, an old little crazy woman who's talking to the flowers. Now, can you see? I will show you. This here, this part here, sort of closer. This part in the background, this here, is way too busy. So I do this away. Busy as hell. Bring it away, bring it down. That's it. We're finished. But now it looks like a little bit sad over here. This is much better. We have our negative space here, the beautiful movement here. It's finished, it's done. I'm finished. I'm finished with it. And look at this gorgeous thing. I will show you more up close. I hope you enjoyed this video, going through it with me. Try it at home. I must say I love it, I really do. And thanks to all of you viewers, to my friends, to my family, I love you. See you in the next. Bye-bye. Not easy, believe me. I did this flower decoration today for the person I love. I always did and I always will. This is for you. Thank you for everything. I always love you.